Hi everyone, Jim Archeco, Archeco Homes team. Going to give you a little tutorial here on putting in hardwood flooring. The hardwood flooring that we're putting in here is all stacked in the box right here. And this is engineered hardwood flooring. And it's been sitting here acclimating to the house conditions for quite some time now. And it looks just like this. It is a tongue and a groove system, and we're going to be nailing it down. I'm going to show you how to put this in. As you can see here, we have found a straight line and snapped a line from our walls and checked it to make sure that it was straight. And we put down a ledger of 2x4 all the way on that line, because that's where we're going to start our floor, so we don't have to worry about going around things like this jut out and starting here and trying to make everything line up, or starting back here and trying to get everything to come through and line up. It's a little way that I like to do it to make things a little bit easier. Our first step in this process is to set up this nosing, which I have over here, right here, to get through this doorway. And we're going to cut it and get it into place, and this is going to receive the one end of the hardwood floor into this groove right here, and that will be our starting point, and then we can start installing the floor. I'll be taking videos through this process so you can kind of watch and see how nailed down hardwood flooring goes. We're going to set our first row, and then we're going to put down the manufacturer's recommendation for this for a vapor barrier is a 15-pound weight hardwood floor felt, as you can see right here. So throughout the process, we'll keep you in the loop, and we'll see if we can get this floor down for you all through here, and we'll show you the whole process so you guys can all see a nail down hardwood floor installation with engineered hardwood flooring. The same process would go for any 3/4 solid hardwood floor and pretty much any nail down hardwood floor. We're going to be using a hardwood flooring nailer right here, and I'm going to show you guys how to use that. It runs on a compressor, so it is pneumatic, and it has a rubber mallet, and we use cleat nails to put that in. So through this process, you'll see how we put this all in and how all that works. So we've lined up our first row of flooring against our 2x4s that we have straight. We have put our first piece into the nosing, and now we are nailing it off to the manufacturer's specs of every 4 to 6 inches, and we are using the pneumatic nailer and the mallet, and this gun is set to sit on the lip of the hardwood floor and toenail a cleat nail into the tongue. So we're going to continue to nail off our first row and cut our end piece and get it in there. And then we are going to lay our paper down in front of this, our vapor barrier, and continue on with racking and nailing the floor down. We'll give you a shot of that once we get that going as well. Very simple for a homeowner to do. You just need the right tools. Chop box, table saw, pneumatic nail gun. All of them can be purchased or rented, purchased at various grades. This nail gun right here is about a $200 nail gun. They have some cheaper, they have some much more expensive, but they also can rent for, I believe, about $40 a day. And then chop boxes and table saws, miter saws and table saws are needed for this job as well. And you can purchase one of those. You might own one. You can go ahead and rent them as well. If you need a tutorial on that, we have other how-to-do videos on how to use those tools. The miter saw video and the table saw video are a good reference. So we're just going to continue on here, and we'll be back to show you how this felt paper goes down. This hardwood floor felt just rolls out, and we will continue with our hardwood floor installation. Alright, so here we are with the hardwood flooring felt. We're going to lay it down right next to our row of flooring, and then we are just going to unroll it, just like so, all the way down, and we're going to cut it at the end, and then we're going to get it in place right next to the hardwood floor, and then we're going to go right on top of it. We may put a few staples in it to hold it down, but basically we're just going to unroll it, cut it, get it in place, and then we can work right on top of it. And again, it is just hardwood flooring felt, 15 weight per manufacturer of this floor. And this is your vapor barrier. Okay, we have worked our hardwood floor to the wall on the one side. And we have pulled our 2x4s that we had as our ledger. Now I'm going to show you here how we reverse the direction of the tongue and groove. We buy a spleen that is pre-made to slip right into the groove, and we glue them in place. And now we have reversed the direction of the floor. So this piece we have glued in. It comes just like this. We glue it in, and we put it in there to make a tongue so we can reverse the floor so that we can continue it on using the gun. Now, we're going to glue this piece in for extra measures. Some people will, some people won't. It all depends who you talk to. We're basically showing you an easy way for one person as a homeowner to install his or her own hardwood floor. There are plenty of ways to do it, ways to rack it, ways to lay it out, ways to do it with 2-3 people to speed up the process. But again, we want to show you as a homeowner how you can put it in yourself, and we're going to go through how to put more boards in and nail them off later on in this video as well. Guys, we're back here. We're working on our hardwood floor. We've got about 558 square feet installed. We're going to finish it up right here. I'm going to show you guys how to finish it up. We're at the last couple of rows here. We're working right in front of the front door in between the staircase. And we're going to finish this up. We're going to go back to our flooring nailer. We have a row already installed here, and we're going to go through and we're going to nail it off. And as you get close to the wall, it's a little tougher to nail. You got to be a little more accurate here. So just kind of nail it like that. You want to just be very careful with your mallet here. You're going to go through and nail that off. So that row is now nailed off. We had nailed that off earlier. So now we're going to go through here and we are going to install our next piece. We have the row already racked. And we're going to line it up. And we're going to tap it in the back side of our mallet. Same here. And now we come to the problem where our gun no longer fits and we can't hit it anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this gun off of our air hose, and we're going to use a regular pinner here with pins in it. And we're going to make sure everything's tight. We're going to toenail this through the groove on through the tongue, on an angle, just like so. And we're going to make sure we put enough in it to hold it down. We're just going to continue the process all the way down the row until it's finished at the end. So here's our next piece. So just a toenail. and it's all locked in. And we'll finish that all the way down. Then we're just going to go through to our next row, which is going to be the same thing, but we can't get a toenail in here now because the gun don't fit. So what we're going to do is face nail this right here, and we'll fill it with a matching wood fill when we're all done. And we're just going to continue down, same installation as before, tongue into the groove, lock it tight. When you get closer here, we have the case we can open up the front door, but let's pretend this is a wall and we couldn't open the front door. We're going to use a flooring pull bar on the floor like this, and we're going to just tap this into place until it locks in, just like that. And this is a flooring pull bar. It's used for all sorts of flooring applications. It's got some pads on it to protect the floor surface. And as you can see, that tightened it right up into the tongue and groove system. You can whip a little glue into the tongue and groove if you'd like as well. And again, you're just going to give this a couple of face nails. But because we're in front of the door here, where we can open the door, we're actually going to toenail it into place, just like so. And we'll get a few more of those in there later when we do the finished strip. So now for our last piece, what we did is we ripped our strip to fit right in here. And what you can do is if you have trouble getting it in, you can rip the back side of this groove off and just lay it over the top and glue it and nail it in. This one I'm going to try to actually bang in by turning into the groove here, which as you can see, it looks like it's just a little tight. It's just a little tight, so what we're going to do is we're going to go rip this on the table saw, and I'm going to show you how to rip this to make this life a little bit easier. We're going to rip this right off here, lay it in place with some glue, and then tack it in, and then we'll fill the holes afterwards. So come over to the table saw here. Come through our big renovation project here. We've got a kitchen going on with a bunch of other stuff. Table saw is set up out here in the garage. So what we're going to do here to rip this, we're going to set our fence up just so we're taking off just the bottom side of the groove there. We're going to lock our fence in place. Now we're going to lower our blade all the way down so that when we take this off, it only cuts through the groove. So I'm going to turn that on. Right there is how we cut that groove off. And now we're going to go drop this in place with some glue and tack it in, and we'll have our finished strip. So let's come back in here. So again, we've used the miter saw and the table saw for all of our cutting. You can go back and watch our videos on the miter saw and the table saw for some tutorials how to use those and for some safety. I'm going to grab our glue right here. And basically what we're going to do here now, we're going to test fit it, make sure it drops in. Now watch how easy this is. It drops right in, completely finished. Baseboard will cover all that, and you're nice and tight to the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue where the tongue and groove system was, just like that, with this glue right here, which is tongue and groove glue, specifically made for hardwoods and engineered hardwood floors. And we're going to lay this over the top, just like that. And now we're sitting right where we need to sit. And we'll clean that glue up as it dries. And it does dry clear as well. And then we're just going to tack right in a few spots. And when we go through, we will go through and fill those few nail holes that we have. So that's basically how you end your hardwood floor. Have any questions? Let us know. And any homeowner can put this in with the right tools, a little patience, and like I said, a little patience. Hope you all have fun.